everybody, and welcome to Punch Lines. I am Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And look, I make a lot of smart moves on this show. I do a lot of dumb things, but I don't think I've ever been lost as this reporter was with Todd Bowles in Tampa yesterday.
Coach, looking forward towards Detroit. The weather has been a factor in some of the playoff games, even for the most prepared teams. Today, it's 13 in Detroit, which doesn't compare to some of the temperatures we tend to drop to. Any special plans to acclimate the team to not only endure, but perform?
Look at the look on his face.
Frigid temperatures should you face them in Detroit?
You do know we play indoors, right? And they got a dome.
Dealing with 13 degrees.
No, nothing planned. We're indoors, and we only have to be outside for 20 seconds, getting off the bus, going under the thing, so we'll be okay.
You know, it happens to the best of us. You know, sometimes you make a mistake. That reporter, I don't know who it was, but yeah, Detroit's played in a dome since I think the 70s. Pretty sure about 50 years now. And then I just like, you know, he handled it really well. He could have really made her feel not as. He did a nice thing there, Todd Bowles. Nice move on you, Todd Bowles. But, you know, yeah, my favorite part is we'll be outside for 20 seconds. It's from the very nice bus into the locker room. Anyway, on the show today, it's Wednesday. I'm going to point this out to you. It's Wednesday, so it's her second day of the week co-hosting. It's Alex White. A&W, what do you have coming up for us later?
Couple college basketball picks today. So there's only 2 hockey games.
Right.
A few NBA, but I really like these 3 college basketball.
Sticking with some college picks. That is what's called a tease in the biz. You got to stick around to check those out. Has anyone ever called you A&W? A-W?
My middle initial is N. So
A&W?
yeah.
A&W. What is your middle name, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay.
Good
That's a popular middle name, right?
Yeah.
A&W! Oh, my
man.
God. Makes me want to have a root beer. And I don't even like root beer, but I like this A&W. So you will be joining us 2 days a week now. I know there's been some schedule changes around. It's all good stuff. We want to thank everybody. We're over 1,000 subscribers. Everyone on YouTube's watching the show. You're sharing it. So thank you. Alex's new days here will be Monday and Wednesday, not Monday and Friday.
Correct.
And then you're off on Thursdays and Fridays now.
Yes, those are my off days now.
Okay.
So I will be back on the weekends with Jeff Parles, and we moved that to 90 minutes. So
Yeah.
those are packed. They've been really good.
Sports by the Book and Race Day Las Vegas, the 2 other shows on the network currently. And Alex is a part of 2 of them. So do you know horses? Yeah. Horses, yeah, it's tricky, right?
Yeah.
Just listen to Ralph. Just do it, Ralph, and grab the Lindo sheet. Well, I was at the horse book, race book. What is that? Race book, yeah. If you're watching Sports by the Book tomorrow, I do my weekly Thursday 340 hit on that show. You'll see me talking about the horses. So come back and watch that show too. Just leave this channel on all the time, and then we'll take the clicks. Anyway, today is January 17th, 2024, and it's National Classy Day. Joseph Pratt, if you're watching, happy Classy Day. And we have Miss White to thank for that. No, not this White. It's Betty White.
Love Betty White.
Who didn't love Betty White?
Oh, my gosh.
You can still love Betty White, even in past tense. I met her once. At a game show convention. It's also where I have a picture of me and Bob Barker. I don't know where it is, but I just met her for a few seconds, and she was absolutely lovely.
I'm sure.
And a lot of people, and I was towards the end of a section where she was at, and you would have thought, she's tired. She couldn't have, and just stood still, talked to me for a minute. And I just want to say, hey, it was just so sweet.
Yes.
Just a sweet woman. So because of Betty White, they've created this thing called National Classy Day. She passed away on New Year's Eve, 2021 at 99. I think she was a week short of her 100th birthday. I remember being in the store that day, and there was a People magazine special issue said happy 100th to Betty White.
Oh.
They had put it out, and then she passed away a few weeks short. But anyway, her enduring career was so legendary that Guinness World Records named her female entertainer with the longest career. She was first cast in a radio broadcast in 1939 at the age of 17.
Gosh.
Her career spanned 82 years. That's how long mine's going to last. 80. I have to do 50 more years. Yeah, 40. So I have to do the show till I'm nearly 100. So keep those clicks coming, folks. Anyway, Betty White, because of her, we have National Classy Day. So I thought that was kind of a nice thing. Oh, there's Belle. You even have pictures. She was a stunning, beautiful woman in TV for a long, long time. And, she hosted Saturday Night Live. Did you ever see her SNL episode? What happened was it was a write-in campaign. Someone started it online, like Betty White should host the show. And they do those occasionally on social media, but that one caught fire. And Lauren Michaels, and they actually had her host. And that episode from beginning to end is phenomenal.
Oh, I'll have
She
to
is
check it out.
so good on it. You know, she makes jokes like I'm up way past my bedtime, blah, blah. But they just did so many funny sketches with her. It's probably on YouTube. But anyway, happy posthumous birthday to Betty White, National Classy Day. I love it. This is our Billy Madison episode, our Brian Adams episode number 69. And no collage today, or we do have a collage. No
Yes.
collage.
Yes, we do.
We do have a collage. That's right.
No,
I never know.
not
oh
a
yeah, you
full
did
one.
something
It's-
different,
yeah,
Ryan.
it's
By the way,
all
welcome
the
Ryan
logos.
McCormick. I don't officially introduce you every day. Our producer Ryan, who's also going to be doing some producing duties on Sports by the Book
Yep.
as well.
Weekdays, Sports by the Book. Monday through Thursday, Sports by the Book. Yeah.
You're going to be in that chair.
Yes.
Did anyone clear that with me? Did anyone ask? Because I want you fresh for this show. I don't want you coming to work dragging. This is technically moonlighting now.
That might have been what happened yesterday when you saw me yawning.
I was right in the middle of the show yesterday, and I looked over, and Ryan's yawning. I'm like, that's always what you want to see, right in the middle of the show, just the producer going, oh, God,
it
what,
wasn't
is
that
this
much.
over yet?
It wasn't that much.
No, that's all right. No, you're doing a fantastic job. What have you put together for us today for episode 69?
The
Hold for laughter.
champions of 1969.
There you go. All right, let's see. I know the Jets. Now, we know Super Bowl III, Joe Namath, AFL defeats the NFL for the first time, and the amazing Mets. And you got Tom Seaver in the corner there.
He won, Male Athlete of the Year.
He was the male athlete of the year. This guy, by the way, I think he won 2 or 3 Cy Youngs. Just dominating. If you look at his stats, just dominating. And you know who else was on that Mets roster in 1969? A relief pitcher by the name of Nolan Ryan. That's the only ring Nolan Ryan ever won because he always played for crappy teams. Played for the Angels for years. Then he went to Houston when they were starting to do all right, and then the Texans. But Nolan Ryan was on that team. He got his ring and like his first or second year. But they were all legs, the two of them. Seaver and Ryan, they're legs. If you look at them pitching's not so much upper body. You gotta get those big thighs and drive the ball home. So the Mays and Mets, there you go. And the UCLA Bruins, I mean, if you would have said who won the men's national, I probably would have said probably the Bruins with Lou Alcindor or Bill Walton. So they won every year.
They beat Purdue by 20 in that championship game.
Did Matt Neverett have Purdue in that game?
I'm sure he did, yeah.
Matt likes to pick Purdue. Matt, are you watching? We're teasing you. And who else is up there? Oh, you got to have the Canada. That's Dwayne Colucci.
The Canada.
Colucci.
Yeah. Colucci.
Ann was about to take a sip of coffee. I waited. It's his favorite team, the Habs, right?
Yep. They beat the.
They beat somebody in the Stanley Cup Finals. And then you have the Boston Celtics.
Yep, they beat the Lakers in 7.
Of course. It's either the Lakers or Celtics. And then the O, is that Ohio State?
That is Ohio State. Yep.
They won the national championship in 69.
Yep, they beat USC in the Rose Bowl.
And then leave that shot there, and then you look at the two figures there. There's me. I was made in 69 too. There's me right there. So it kind of fits the collage. And then there's Ryan, who
My parents were -6.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wasn't a thought yet.
Not even close to a thought yet. No.
I can't even do the math. Bless you over there, Ann. Bless you. Was that a sneeze or a cough? I don't know what it was. I haven't seen any. Your mom hasn't been TikToking lately about the real estate market. I did see her golfing again, though.
She did a "We're in Vegas," one of those like meme things.
Oh, I did see that, and we've
Yeah.
talked about. We might have. We're thinking about. So what is mom? She's on. His mom and I are friends on TikTok. Yeah, we're realtors in Vegas, or we live in Vegas.
Yeah.
This is how we dress when it's under 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about doing one of those for the sportsbook crew. Alex, we even get Vinny and Chris involved. Chris is like, I don't know what it is, but I'll do it. We're like, it'll help the show. We'll get ticked. So I think we need to shoot one of these.
I do too. And I'm sure you have some people who watch
Yeah.
consistently that would help give us some good liners that
I love you.
they like for sports betting.
So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one of these. It's like we talk about sports betting. We always have the over. That'll probably be mine. Anyway, we don't want to ruin it, but we're going to get one from everybody, and we should probably shoot it tomorrow at the meeting, our Thursday meeting.
I have to
When
come
we
in
have
for a
everyone in the room.
meeting.
Oh,
Ann.
wait, no. Oh, that's your day off. No, we'll do one eventually. We'll do it right when we'll do an ice bucket challenge, and we'll do that right when it's timely. Yes, let's take a look at the live things here. This is the most depressing part of the show. Thanks, Mini Dar. Mini Dar, we're addressing that. Don't worry. Alex over underlines uplifting. Okay. Brian Adams. I knew Bob Delphi was watching. He'd appreciate that. Ryan is leaving your show, Frank. He's moving on. No, he's not. He's expanding his horizons.
Hey, is Reno Paul watching? Because I just have to say,
Oh,
how about them Rebels? Because they're looking good.
yeah, there you go.
I'm assuming he's a Nevada fan. I don't.
Yeah,
really
he
know,
is a
but
Nevada fan. Yeah, Reno Paul's up there. He does follow them. He does like them. Yeah. And yesterday your team won, right?
They beat Boise State, so they ended their winning streak, which was the longest winning streak in college basketball.
Boise
So,
State's was?
Yes.
Wow. Now, do they play basketball on
At
a
home.
blue turf like the football
At
team does?
No.
Is their court blue? What were you going to say, Ryan?
Said at home. Boise State had a winning streak at home, and then Utah State had their winning streak snapped by New Mexico.
Very good.
And
Yes.
Utah State was a pick we gave out yesterday. It didn't work out, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bowling Green was a pick that I gave out, though. That was
Now
that one
let's
covered.
point that out. He gave
Bowling
out Bowling
Green.
Green.
Very
Against
good.
Miami, Ohio. They
And-
they had needed a comeback, but they ended up winning by I think 6.
And what was the line? 4?
It was 1.5.
One and a
it's
half. Oh, my
Basically,
God.
basically a pick. But Coach Todd Simon is the real deal. He'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that
who you
program
pointed
somewhere.
out.
Yep.
Ryan
Yep.
doing his homework. Even in between jobs, he still has time to find a winner. We are going to do a birthday. Happy, you know what? What's your favorite bill? What's your favorite dollar bill, favorite denomination of a bill to have in Vegas?
100.
$100 bill,
big
ladies
one.
and gentlemen. What's that?
The big one.
The big one, baby. The Franklin. January 17th, Benjamin Franklin, who the reason he's on the $100 bill is he created Vegas. He discovered Vegas. Benjamin Franklin, I believe. It's his 318th birthday. Ben Franklin. It's a very rare photo you found with the hat and the party blower.
Well, because all the other photos are just drawings of him.
By the way, for you printing that's the $100 bill right there, isn't it? I think that's counterfeiting.
Not the full thing.
Bring it in, feds, arrest Ryan.
It's not the full thing.
It's not the full 100. But anyway, yeah, the 100 synonymous with the Benjamins. That's, all about the Benjamins. You know that song, right? By P. Diddy? All about the Benjamins. Do you?
I've heard it.
Okay.
I don't know it, but yeah. I've heard
Anyway,
it.
Ben Franklin would be 318. And we're going to put some Benjamins on some games. Alex is going to have some picks for you guys, so you got to listen up. Maybe spend some Benjamins on those. It's time for Frank's Fast Takes. We're not even doing the graphic. We don't have time. We don't have time.
Freaky fast.
Benjamin Franklin, 100 years old. Yeah. We have to do the birthdays. Okay. We have to do today's because it's considered the greatest athlete of the 20th century. I think Sports Illustrated had him at number 1, or he was up there. He was up there when they did it. The greatest. Former Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali would have been celebrating his 82nd birthday. That's him. Is that a birthday cake that he's pointing to?
Yep.
Nicely done. So was he
different
pointing
birthday
to the cake, doing his open mouth
Yep.
scream? And there's a little Muhammad Ali in there. Is there someone on the ground, probably Sonny Liston or something like that? That's awesome. That's phenomenal. All right. Happy birthday, Muhammad Ali. And then, I remembered this when I was a kid. He made a movie called The Greatest where he played himself. That's how big Muhammad Ali was. He played himself in a movie still during like the height of his career. And if I'm not mistaken, The Greatest Love of All that Whitney Houston had the hit with was written about Muhammad Ali by George Benson from Pittsburgh. Jerry's not here. I can say it. And later Whitney Houston had the hit with it, but it was originally George Benson, and it was in that movie, I'm pretty sure. So you know that song. I found the greatest love of all inside. Come on, Ryan, sing. Oh, we have that That's Life clip coming, don't we?
Yeah, we did.
All right. Happy birthday. And by the way, you know who was in that movie with him? James Earl Jones, who's also celebrating a birthday. You got to mention James Earl Jones in sports because James Earl Jones was in 2 of the greatest baseball movies. One is my call. Second one, I think, is yours.
Yep.
Field of Dreams. He plays writer Terrence Mann. Baseball, Ray, they Wilka, and he does this. This is for Christian. And he was also in Sandlot, which I forget, and that's a movie from your generation. You love The Sandlot.
Yes. Sandlot.
I finally
is a
do
very
watch
good
The Sandlot.
Of course.
I
One of the best.
only recently watched it.
What?
Yeah, I
For
don't
the
think she
first
was,
time?
for the first time, and I watched it here at the South Point. There wasn't a movie night here. I watched it in my room. It was on one weekend, and I recorded it. I almost said taped it, but I recorded it. And I set the VCR. No, so I liked it. It was good, but it came out when I was kind of already on the road and a little too old for it, maybe. But I've always heard people talk about Smalls. You're killing me.
Yeah.
It was good.
S'mores. How can you have?
A Malo. We
Yeah.
need some Malos.
Yeah, and then the dog. What was the dog's name?
The Beast.
The Beast. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, it was cute. It was all right. He said Field of Dreams. It's like the best baseball movie ever. So anyway, happy birthday. And by the way, so I was writing the script. I put together what we're going to do. And there's a video of me watching television. Do we have the video of me watching television? Here's me. And the movie that James Earl Jones was also, where he played a baseball player, is called Bingo Long and his Traveling All-Stars in Motor City or Motor Court or whatever. So I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. So I finished writing the script. I turned the TV on, roll the video, watch what happens. All right, so I was just talking about James Earl Jones' birthday, and of course he's in Field of Dreams, but he's also in this movie, Bingo, Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings. I'm like, I wonder where I can watch this movie. I turn the TV on. I kid you not, look at that. There's James Earl Jones. It's starting right now. So if you want to watch it, it's running on cable. Oh my God, there's the title card right there. Look at this. This is insane. So what channel is this? It's on... Stars. Stars. So I'm going to watch... And then I do a little dance here. Rate my choreography. There it is. There you go. Back to you, Alex. Well, they were playing like 20s. And I shot it the right way, Jerry. Movie time. Sorry, Jerry. Yeah, so it came on TV.
It was just on.
It was just on. I swear.
You didn't search it or anything.
I had just... No. I swear. Look at Alex giving me the side eye. No, I literally had just... I was like, okay, I'm done for the night. And I put the TV on. And on that, I was flicking, and boom, there was Bingo Long's Traveling On. And I hadn't seen the movie in like 40 years, and I only lasted about 10 minutes because I was really bored by it. But anyway, when I was a kid, I loved it. But no, it's a pretty good baseball movie. But yeah, it was on, and I did a little dance in there.
Yeah, your choreography was very good.
I just wanted to make a mention, going back to Muhammad Ali, his grandkids attended Bishop Gorman.
I was going to say the same thing.
His Biagio Ali Walsh is now fighting in his footsteps. And
wow.
He went and played football at Cal, but didn't.
Wow, I was on a plane once with his daughter. Layla Ali was the boxer. She boxed for a long time, too. Wow, that's really interesting. Wow.
He was a really good football player.
Yeah.
Did he didn't get a college scholarship?
He went to Cal. He went to Berkeley.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry. You said, he went to Berkeley? Wow.
Yeah. And then it didn't last very long. So he's into fighting now.
He's into fighting. All right. Well, and by the way, if you notice that clip of me watching television, the answer is yes. I have the closed captioning on for everything I watch. Do you closed caption things?
Depends.
Like in English, like a British movie, like if there's a British ad, you need that, right?
Right.
Ted Lasso a lot. And closed captions all the time or no? Do you closed caption all the time, man?
Subtitles most of the time, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
You don't?
Okay. If it's default that it's on, then yes, because I'm too lazy to take it off.
Okay. And Ryan?
If it's TV, no, but like movies, I'll watch with subtitles.
Yeah.
Now, here's the reason I do it, and I've been doing it for years. I like to hear every word. Now, I've watched some movies that I've loved. I watched Caddyshack. There were a few lines I missed in Caddyshack, even though I've seen it 1,000 times, because I leave the subtitles on. I just like having them on. You know, my friend Bob Dell, who's watching, Big Brian, he's going to say I'm an idiot because he's like, but it takes, then you're not watching, you're reading. But I, unlike Bob, can do two things at once. Like I can look up and I can kind of glance down. Like if I hear a word, I look down, you know, so.
Well, I also like it because like when they transition from scene to scene, you miss little bits of dialogue.
Yes.
If it's too quiet.
That's
and
what
so
I'm
you
talking
get to
about.
see it.
That's
you
what I'm
get
talking
to
about.
Understand the full
Caddyshack.
story, yeah.
And also sometimes it includes the music, the song you're watching. It tells you who you're singing it.
But what my one pet peeve, though, is
What?
when you read the joke ahead of time.
That could happen.
I don't like that.
That can
timing.
happen. Here's what my advice: don't do it for live shows because the computer or the person closed captions.
That's why I don't do it.
It's
on
way
TV,
off.
yeah.
I never do it. But for like movies, yeah, and TV shows, all TV shows. Let's see, Bob Del Pizzo. You see, subtitles are distracting. You're reading the whole thing. Actually, Bob, it's YOU apostrophe RE. We're kind of the grammar police on the live chat, so it's wrong. Oh my God, I just typed that. As I was saying it, you're the Joey B, Bob. Well, Bob's my oldest friend in the world. We met on the 6th grade bus together. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Okay, you're killing me, Small, says JR33 112. Field of Dreams. The Natural would probably be my favorite baseball movie. So I got to go with you on that. And then last but not least, 42nd birthday for Dwayne Wade.
So many good birthdays.
Yeah, some good birthday. And by the way, I remember him playing at Marquette against Pitt. And I was like, this guy is going to be a great NBA player. And everyone's like, he'll be like a mid. I don't know where he was drafted, mid-round, first round. He didn't have the heat, no pun intended, coming out of college like I thought he deserved. He was awesome at Marquette. And of course, he goes on to be one of probably the best players of our generation. I mean, he's unbelievable.
Yes, he is. Very good basketball player.
So they retired his number the other night, and Pat Riley announced that he was the 5th pick overall.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's pretty high.
Behind LeBron, Darko Milicic,
yeah.
Yeah. And then Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, and then Dwayne Wade.
My God, that's a hell of a top 5.
So 3 the big three in Miami were all in the
Darko.
same draft. We're all in the
Darko
top
was the
5.
Pistons, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, to this day, Tony Kornheiser will always say Darko should have been number 1 overall. He thought Darko was going to have the better career. He was wrong. Once in a while, we're wrong, as that reporter proved with Todd Bowles. They announced that Dwayne Wade's getting a statue outside the stadium, which, he deserves. He's played great he was great for the Heat. And he went to the Bulls. Did he go to the Bulls at the end of his career? He did. Yes. That's because he's from Chicago.
Yep. Yeah, he went to the Bulls and then went to the Cavs.
But he was kind of, he went to the Cavs?
Yep.
He played in Cleveland? See, I don't remember. Oh, you have a jersey up there. And he wore 9 there.
Yep.
That's weird. All right. I'm just going to say
3 times 3 is 9.
One more birthday. It's basketball related. To one of the funniest men alive, Jim Carrey. Happy birthday to Jim Carrey. Here's one of the best dunks of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look at the ups that he actually has. I think that's illegal. He ran off the back of Jack Black and slams it home. That's, of course, in the movie The Cable Guy, which, it got a lot of bad reviews when it was out, but it's actually, upon further review, it's a funny movie.
Jim Carrey is one of, if not my favorite.
He's the best.
Yes.
Yeah, he's amazing. I have not met him, but I did get a signed autograph once for a friend because I knew his manager. But I love Jim Carrey. Yeah, he's great. A little wacky at times with some of the things he says, but great basketball player. And speaking of Detroit, which we haven't been, another birthday. It's Kid Rock's birthday. Kid Rock, Bob Ritchie is his real name. And you were saying something interesting about Jared Goff.
So it was actually on a radio interview out in Detroit. They asked him what celebrity, because they've got their first playoff game and everybody was showing up. What celebrity did you not get to see that you would want to see perform or hype the team up or anything?
Right.
And he said, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
And he's gotten
I
a bunch of
have 2 or
flack
3
for saying that.
I have a couple CDs of Kid. I know the political crap. I had 2 or 3 of his CDs, like The Rock. They're really good. You can like a guy's music and whatever.
I feel like that's kind of a diss to Eminem since he's been like.
Well, yeah, but
so
they
strong
played
for them.
Lose Yourself and everybody went crazy. And so, it was just
He got his
off,
moment.
off the path. Who would
Right.
you want?
Yeah. Were there more
I
shots?
would have been like, I just need Eminem here. He literally called out Matthew Stafford and told him to give us this one.
did.
So he's our
wasn't that
guy.
video hysterical? By the way, were there more shots of Eminem or Taylor Swift? I think there were more shots of Eminem.
Were there?
Well, yeah, because Taylor Swift's box was frozen over.
Right.
She had to
Yeah. Oh, was that your impression there? That was cute. Do that again. Little
Well,
mime
she
work.
did get the cutest picture ever with the frozen window and her perfect red lipstick and just looking out there. I was like,
That's how Taylor does it, man.
Yeah.
Everything is
perfection.
perfect. All right. Do we want to talk some? I want to look at the NFL lines, right? We want to look at some. Oh, by the way, the Heat. We were talking about Dwayne Wade. The Heat tonight are playing in Toronto. I think the Heat's 3.5-point favorites, but there was a late breaking news thing right before we came on the air. There was a big trade, right?
Yeah, the Toronto Raptors trade Pascal Siakam to the Indiana Pacers for Bruce Brown Jr. and 3 first-round draft picks.
3? 3 first-round draft picks? That's a lot. I know the NBA, it doesn't, like the NBA is so weird because they only do 2 rounds.
Right.
And there's so much trades and free agencies with that weird salary cap. But 3, I mean, I know he won a ring, right? He was there when the Raptors won. He's a great player, and that gives more firepower to the Pacers. But I don't know if that line will be affected tonight. But
yeah, I mean, will he just be able to jump on the floor like that?
Yeah.
I mean, they're athletes, so they can, but he won't
3
know.
first-round draft picks. I mean, he's a
stuff.
good player. He's great. But 3 first-round picks, that's a lot.
Well, I mean, yeah, they give out draft picks like like candy,
on Halloween, for God's sakes. Alex White is here. Alex, do you want to get to your college hoops? Should we talk some? Since we're talking basketball, let's get to college hoops. And I know you had a couple picks for us today, so go for it. A&W.
All right. So first, we've got Connecticut at home. They are hosting Creighton, who is a very good team, I know. But
Number 1 UConn.
Number 1 UConn.
Yeah.
That's right, because they were one of the few teams that didn't get upset last week. So they have bumped up to 1. I'm laying the points here with UConn because they have just been so dynamic and dominant at home. So last 2 home games beat DePaul 84-58 and Georgetown 77-60. So those are their last 2. They're 4-2 straight up in conference. Oh, sorry, that's Creighton. Creighton is 4-2 straight up in conference, but they're just 2-4 ATS. So
okay,
they also got upset by UNLV.
They did.
So
yeah, I was gonna mention that because we talked about that a couple weeks ago. I think Creighton was a sexy pick to be in the top 10, and they were up there. They were in the top 5 almost, right? Top 10.
I think they were 8.
They were number 8. I know that, and they fall, but they're still 18. They're still a good program, a good team. But UConn, man, UConn at home, -6 points. I like that bet. I grew up hating UConn because they're in the Big East, and I love Big East basketball. But God, they're always good.
They turned over from last year so well. Like they're so dominant again. So
Okay.
I'm interested to see how they do in the tournament. But if they keep playing the way they do, I would definitely look at them and making a big run again.
Okay. All right, UConn. And by the way, before we get to your other two picks, yesterday you had another good day. You've been giving out a lot of good picks, and on our show last week, I know we gave out Dallas. That was the only bad one. But then you gave out 2 or 3 winners for football.
So no, we gave out Notre Dame under in college basketball
right.
on Monday. That was a good one, and then we might have pushed on Monday in hockey, but
I think it was at the under. It was the 4-2 game. I think it was 6. It
Yes.
was the Flyers. You liked the Flyers under, and it pushed.
Yes.
That's right.
But yesterday was really good. 2-0-1, so I had another push, but they were 3 unders as well. And then we talked about Winnipeg and this streak they're going on. They've been holding their opponents to under 2.5 goals.
Okay.
And they did it again last night to the Islanders. So that was another one that we talked about. So I'm happy with where my hockey numbers are right now.
Hockey numbers
definitely.
again. There's no hockey tonight, so we're saying
No, but we have a big hockey game on Saturday.
We do have a big hockey game on Saturday. The Pittsburgh Penguins are visiting the Las Vegas Golden Knights. My friend Bill and Josh Yowie, who's a frequent contributor to this show, are in town, and I am going to the game. This will be my first time.
I'm so excited
So
for you.
what do I need to do when I get to the night place? Where do they play again?
T-Mobile Arena.
T-Mobile, that's right. Now, am I allowed in there with a Verizon phone? Will it work, or do they somehow block it? Because I want to shoot some video, and I want to make sure I can send it and upload it. Okay, I'll be all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have not. What's some things I need to do when I go to T-Mobile? Both of you as experts. Ryan? I got to get there. I got to see the pregame show, so you can't.
You
Yeah, the-
have
gotta
to
get there
be
early.
early. Yes.
Okay, got to get. Which my friend Bill is all about getting there early.
Yeah,
So yeah.
They do a whole march through Toshiba Plaza, which is like the
Yes.
whole shopping center, the walk up to it. They do it like a drum line with a bunch of people wearing lights and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. And then they've got the concert venue kind of thing set up outside. And then pregame, they kind of just make it a whole show in itself.
Is there a special food that you like to get at the games? Anything special native to Vegas?
No, it's mostly franchise stuff. So,
Okay.
So everything.
Can I sneak in 2 hot dogs from the South Point for $1.50? Because I feel like I'll save money. I feel like their hot dogs are going to be more than $1.50.
They are more than $1.50.
All right.
But that's a good point about Toshiba Plaza. It's a lot of fun. Kind of reminds me of more sports town like.
Okay.
So if you get there early and go to one of those bars right there at Toshiba Plaza, they're a lot of fun. They have good food.
And they have alcohol. They have alcohol.
And
there,
they have
there's beer
and yes, alcohol.
I think that's what they have at bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I might partake.
Especially in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
I want to go. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go to the game.
It'll be a great time.
Yeah,
absolutely
I'm very excited. So we have to make some sort of bet on this game, right? So we don't know what the line is. You're guesstimating.
I think the Knights will probably be about $1.40
about
favorite.
$1.40. Okay, $1.40.
Which is kind of like a pick because, home court is usually $1.30 to $1.35. So
that's good to know. I didn't know that. So anyway, I don't need that. I just want to do win or loss.
Right.
So if anyone has some good ideas, by the way, Bad News Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is the original Bad News Bears is a great baseball movie. Look at this. She just pulled out a scarf. She pulled out a Golden Knight scarf. So we have to think of some bet that we have to do. If anyone, by the end of the show, if we don't figure it out, if anyone has in the live comments, we appreciate all your live comments. You need to see the opening show of the Golden Knights drumline. Joey B says, Freed's Donuts? Bring I can't have a donut right now. Not for a while. Bring earplugs. No. I need it. Listen, I've gone to several Ram games at SoFi. There's no way it can be louder and more. It's not going to. SoFi is the most annoying place to see a football game. I don't know if I've mentioned this to you. It is nonstop.
Rams house.
Oh, whose house? Rams house. They do that nonstop.
Yeah.
But the entertainment, as soon as there's a commercial break, it's overwhelming. There's music. It's loud. So we get there. I got late to a game. It was 2-minute warning of the first half because it was a Tuesday afternoon game because of COVID. Anyway, we were right by where they set up the mariachi band. So we sit down, we have a beer. Me and Buddy Christian, all of a sudden, we're like, oh my God. We thought we had like a break, and they're literally right over here. The halftime show, they had some girl on guitar, some rocket who had the #1 album in the country, rock album. I'd never heard of her. Came out and just shredded on the guitar for the whole half. It was it's overload. And again, I'm not too old. It's too loud, you're too old. No, it's just too much. They have a DJ screaming. That oh my God. So the Golden Knights, they're classy. They know what they're doing there.
I've been to SoFi once, and I think Allegiant is actually
please, I'm sure
better and prettier how they made it. I didn't really like the half outdoors thing that they do.
Weird.
But I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in California. But
well, I loved when SoFi actually had a weather delay. It's like kind of a dome, but because one end is open, they had to stop a game. And who was the coach? Was it Staley? Was it Brandon Staley? I can't remember who it was. They're like, what do you mean it's a dome? They're like, technically it's open ended.
Oh, was it lightning?
It was I was just going to say it was because there was a lightning threat. So of course lightning will stop everything, but they just couldn't believe it. Yeah.
But what'd you think? Because that is the most expensive stadium as of right now, right?
I saw the Rolling Stones. I've seen Paul McCartney, and then I went and saw 2 football games, and it's just a nightmare getting in and out of. It is a nightmare, and I actually
L.A. in general is.
What's that?
L.A. in general.
L.A. in general. Yeah,
nightmare.
I'll agree with that. I know shortcuts mostly around everywhere, but so I pull into the colored lot. We were in the pink lot, me and my buddy. And they said, no, this isn't the pink. You have to go out, turn around, and go all the way around. I said, the blinking sign had an arrow saying pink sign. I said, no, where's the pink lot? And the guy goes, right there. And I go, move the cones now. I said, it's right there. And I said, no, move the cones. I go, move the cones. And he moved the cones, and we went like 10 feet, and we were in.
What a boss.
That's right. Get an Italian all worked up. I'll tell you, I say, hey, don't you move those cones. It was ridiculous. And they oh my God. So anyway, SoFi's a mess. And to get out, we sat for an hour and a half and just nothing moved. And then you know what I did? Christian, if you're watching, I got out and I moved cones myself and I created a new lane down the middle and we went and like 10 cars came behind me and were fist pumping me. It's true. It's true. I make my own lanes.
Yeah, make your own path.
Yeah. I didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? All right, so 2 more college picks from Alex White here on Winning Wednesdays. Go for it.
We're going with the AAC and overs today. So Tulane at UAB, the over is 164.5, and that has actually dropped. It opened like 167.5. So now's a great time to go ahead and jump on that over. Both teams are 10-5 to the over. Tulane is 5-1 on the road. UAB 6-2 to the over in conference. Our guest that we have on Sports by the Book, the 3-Man Weave.
The 3-Man Weave guys, yeah.
Yeah, we just had Jim last week, and it was a Tulane game, and I was like, hey, I like this over. What do you think? And he said, you can't get rich betting Tulane unders, that's for sure. So this is a well-known over team here. And then after that game, we got UTSA at Tulsa. That over is 153.5. Same thing, both these teams play very fast. They're in the top 75 pace. Tulsa 2-1 to the over in conference, and UTSA 10-6 to the over, 6-2 on the road. So AAC overs is our theme of the night.
Love it. I love it. I love it. That's 3 good picks. We're going to remind you at the end of the show with that graphic too, so stick around if you didn't take a screen grab or write it down with a pen and paper. Jerry Trevino. Jerry, who is working on the show today, but he's not in the studio. He's downstairs. Jim Carrey is my favorite. He was Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic movie. We know Jerry's a big Sonic fan. Make sure you follow Jerry.
Also better at guitar than whatever performance you saw when you went to SoFi.
Yeah, right. Exactly. No, Jerry shreds on the guitar. We love watching Jerry. Jerry Trevino, follow him. And there is
and the Grinch. He can do the Grinch face.
And The Rock. Have you seen his The Rock impression?
No, I haven't seen The
He
Rock.
can do the.
Jerry does we know the Grinch. He can do the. Oh, you can do the eyebrow pretty good too.
Thanks.
That was pretty good. That was good. Speaking of The Rock's a big football fan. We know that. He played at the University of Miami. He's in the documentary, the 30 for 30, briefly, but he played in Miami at the U, as they do. And then when they lost in the bowl game, someone went like that. Who was it? I forget who beat him. But anyway,
I mean, everybody does
the UFL is coming back. Well, it's new. It's the XFL combined with
the USFL.
The USFL. It's now the UFL, which I was on a game show called the Ultimate Fan League UFL. Me and Frank Murgy, who was on talking about the Formula One. You can look at those on YouTube. We were the team representing Pittsburgh. And it was a sports trivia game show, and we finished like 3rd or 4th in the country. But I guess they had to, because that was probably trademarked UFL. I don't know how they did that, but
you were the favorite to win, though, right?
The Chicago team was dominant. No one, Chicago won for Ryan. They were dominant. Fellow comedian named Mike Schmidt, not the baseball player, was just too good. I mean, I'm really good. He was just ridiculous. So anyway, talking about football, let's look at some of the lines in the NFL playoffs. We have Alex here. We got all the lines. We didn't know who was going to win the Monday night game. We both had Tampa Bay on Monday night. That's another winner you gave out. Tampa Bay. That game, did that surprise you how easily they handled the Eagles?
Yes.
Yeah?
It did. I mean, I thought that was the right side, and I said this yesterday. I'll say it again. When a team shows you who they are, believe them, right? And we've seen this downfall with the Eagles, but in the fashion that it happened, I was a little surprised, and I felt bad for the Eagles and just their expectations for the year. I mean, they were just at the Super Bowl. They thought they were going to win this next coming up year, and they started 10-1.
You go 10-1. You're looking at that. All you're thinking is number one seed and home field advantage. And they back into the playoffs and then just get rocked in Tampa Bay. Made Baker Mayfield look like, I don't know, Tom Brady in that uniform. Although Baker's numbers were actually better than Brady's last season in Tampa Bay. They put him up during the game.
They did. I can't believe they did that.
And again, he was a Brown, but there was something likable about Baker Mayfield.
Joe Buck said, I guess we're going to do this. We're going to compare Baker Mayfield to the GOAT.
He did.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Joe Buck. I think Joe Buck's great. A lot of people, and we talked about it yesterday. Joe Buck, I can't believe we're doing this. That's hysterical.
But what about Todd Bowles' defense?
Yeah,
and
very underrated, right?
Yeah, and their attack on the
Live by the
Eagles.
blitz, die by the blitz.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So
and Jason Kelsey possibly hanging him up, but he had a great career. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame. All right, let's look at those divisional games right now. And the first one, Texans plus 7.5. Is it 7.5 still?
it is Houston plus 9.
It's up to 9?
I think
my.
9 and the total's 44.
44. Okay, I saw 43.5, so it's gone up. So wow, that line's gone up because I think yesterday it was 7.5 when I wrote this down. So it's 9 points. I like Texans in this game. I really do. Lamar Jackson still hasn't proven in the playoffs what he can do.
Unless Wager Talk.
Yeah, but the thing
Is it?
is the
Yeah.
Texans, they're playing with house money right now. No one thought they'd get this far. And plus 9. And D'Amico Ryans, it's the first time I got his name right. He has him playing with confidence. I mean, the turnaround on this team, we were talking about it yesterday. You give me points in them, I think they can win this game. I really do. Baltimore, again, in the postseason, Lamar Jackson hasn't done anything. If he's going to do something, it has to be quickly. It has to be fast because people are going to lose patience with him in the playoffs. And last year, he was probably healthy to play, and he didn't play because his contract was up, and that was a whole bogus thing. But anyway, do you like the Texans in that game too?
this is going to be a very tough week for me.
Okay.
These numbers I don't really have a lot of value compared to my own line. So I'm going to have to get creative. I got 2 days off the next 2 days to look and crunch numbers and see what we've got because it might be more of like team totals and stuff. But I think that number's right. I agree with you that it's a lot of points, especially in the sense of the Ravens. We've seen it all year long with them, and they allow teams to come back in the third or fourth. So they'll find a way to get the win. But you're right. The Texans are playing very good, and they can maybe get that
The money line's
backdoor
plus
cover at the end.
$335. Oh, wow. Well, you put that in a parlay with somebody, and it hits. You're looking pretty good. All right, we have 3 other NFL games and other stuff.
Don't count Lamar Jackson out just yet. I mean,
Especially getting Mark Andrews back.
I know.
And Mark Andrews
He was
back,
limited in practice this week or yesterday.
Okay.
But he's off IR. He should be back this week, and so that's a big weapon to add back to that offense.
If you listen to any of their press conferences after games, every answer was the same, and I love that. I love the mentality. It is literally like, this is just a win. This is not, we have a goal in mind. Like, they have been so focused.
The Texans?
No.
Oh, Baltimore. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, but everyone's focused. I wasn't sure which team she was talking about. Yeah, I know.
No, I mean Lamar Jackson in general. I feel like he hasn't been satisfied with one win this entire season yet because he's just been saying there's only one that really matters.
Okay, that's true.
He's well aware of the playoff
his past history,
issues.
right.
Yeah.
Dak did the same thing, though.
Did he?
With the NFC champions hats.
How'd that turn out?
He denied wearing an NFC East champion hat because he's like, no, I've got bigger goal in mind. I want something bigger.
All right, we have a whole bunch more about the NFL to talk about. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk some props. We're going to talk the other games. So stick around, and I'm going to check out the live comments. And the best one is the first thing I read out of the break. We'll be right back.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza, plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book, over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
You know why I love our chat room? And by the way, you guys are the best on our chat room. It's gotten busier and busier as we've gone on. Joey B is now writing at Bob Dell. He's at Bob Delling. Was Frank gambling in the bathrooms in elementary school? Frank the bookie. Yeah, kind of was. First bet. I was betting. I was taking bets. I even made notebooks. I would hand out slips for I think it was like $1. And if you could hit 3 games, I'd pay $5. I swear to God, I was doing this. And I wrote them and then I would perforate the paper so you could keep it, whatever numbers you circled. Those were, I was doing I was doing parlay cards in school. I really was. And I was making I just remembered that thank you, Joey B, for reminding me. Yeah, I did. I did take a huge hit on the Niners beating the Dolphins, Montana crushing Marino. I lost to a guy named Don Clausen, who Bob Dell knows. I lost, and then the side bet was $5 on the game and $1 for every point differential.
Oh my gosh.
And I had to give him like $26 was all my Christmas money. That's how I learned that you don't win everything. But anyway, so there are a couple hockey games tonight. One got canceled because of the weather in New York. Alex just isn't picking any of those. She's sticking with college basketball. And again, to recap Alex's picks, she likes UConn at home -6. And then she's got 2 overs. Tulane at UAB over 164.5. And UTSA, which is Texas San Antonio, at Tulsa over 153.5. So let's do a parlay, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to go 3-0. It's a winning Wednesday for Man W.
Frank, we don't usually tell people to do parlays.
Don't do parlays. I do parlays. That's why I sit here.
Straight bets. That's how you build your bankroll.
Right, because then if you're over 500, you're making money.
That's right.
This is why she's here to correct me. Ryan, do you do parlays?
I mean, yeah, you lay the legs individually, and then you, like a 20th of a unit, you put on a parlay,
Very good.
A 20th of a unit? What? Oh, yeah, sure. 20th,
Or you can do a round robin.
You know the 20th thing. February 14th, it was Valentine's Day. I remember one year I subscribed to a tout service, which I don't recommend doing, but I did it, and the guy gave out a bunch of winners, and I went on a streak. I was betting them straight, parlay, teasing them, and I won a ton of money. But then when you do parlays, you think, oh, big payout.
Yeah.
It's a big risk. You want to stay above 50%, bet them straight. All right. By the way, parlay cards for the NFL weekend will be here tomorrow at South Point. Chris Andrews told me that. So we're going to do a parlay card. By the way, we have to brag for a second about the sportsbook crew here at SoPo. We hit 2 different big tickets, right?
Yeah. Our ticket was a 7-leg, but the Steeler game got pushed, so that one went void. Or the 1 leg got void. So we hit a 6-leg that we posted on social media. So hopefully you guys followed. And then the crew put together an 11-leg.
Yeah. That
with the Steeler game again voided 1. So a 10-leg parlay, $5 into 150.
Was it a super tease one or was it a straight? It was
not a super tease.
It wasn't a super tease.
Regular. Was it a half card? It was a ties win tease.
Ties win tease. And by the way, all I know is I had some extra money in my pocket last night. And guess what? Got Chinese food. There you go. Paid for dinner last night.
Free dinner.
It was a good deal. Yeah. What was that?
Free dinner.
Free dinner. I was like, I got there to pick it up and I went, oh, that's right. I got an extra amount of cash. I'm not going to say, but it was a good little amount. Paid for dinner. So college basketball. Alex is on 3 games tonight. Bet them straight. Everyone knows that. So we were talking about this college basketball. I love college basketball. And we're going to gear up. We're going to become a heavy college basketball. Of course, and I think you're like me at home if you're watching. I don't pay much attention until after football season, right? I think that's every casual fan. I know Alex is always crunching lines and looking ahead, but that's when I really get into college basketball. So we were looking around and we found some really interesting names around the country. We were talking about, there was a guy, I think Parles was talking about, named Great.
Matt, never.
Matt was talking about, sorry, Matt.
Yeah, I think he was for Utah State.
His name was Great. His first name's
First
Great.
name's Great, yeah.
Great name. Great,
Yes.
well, no pun intended. All right, so we found a list of some of the best names in college basketball. We want to talk about this. So Southern Illinois, which I believe is the Salukis, or it could be the Cougars, depending on the campus. If it's Edwardsville or the other one. What is it? No, damn it. I don't know. There's 2 Southern Illinois.
But it is the Salukis.
It is the Salukis. That's the main one. The other, Edwardsville, is the smaller campus. Belleville. No.
Move on.
People need to know. Anyway, all right, there's a guard named Chris Cross. All right, that's, for a basketball player, crossover dribble, that's an amazing name. Of course, if he spelled his name with K, it would be Chris Cross, like the rap duo who sang, Chris Cross will make you
Jump.
Hey, he knows that one. That's a classic. They wore their jeans backwards. That's probably a song you probably worked into.
I didn't know that
That's
one.
right. Of course.
I knew it. That's a classic. Plays for Southern Illinois. Now, this guy's name, is it a million? Is it really a million? This game. So he plays for Hutchinson Community College. He's a guard forward. His name is A Million Bugs. Now, what were his parents thinking on this, Alex?
That he was going to be a millionaire.
But also Bugs?
That's just the family name. It just works that it sounds a little bit like $1 million.
Now, look, $1 million, $1 million bugs. Now, I don't know anything about him, but is he going to make $1 million? He's playing at Hutchinson Community College.
Yeah, I can't remember where he. Oh, I think he was at Central Missouri, which is where my grandpa, where Leroy went. He went to Central Missouri, but then he transferred.
Well, those
to
aren't
community
schools that scream draft pick. It's all I'm saying, but you never know. But anyway, good luck to $1 million.
College. It's the JUCO route.
The JUCO. I was just going to say, he's taking the JUCO route. But by the way, if he doesn't become an NBA player and makes $1 million, he's going to go on job interviews. What's your name? A Million Bugs. All right. Well, let me show you how we work here at Target. So you're going to wear a red shirt, which is perfect for you. All right. Best names in college basketball. The list continues. Let's see. Utah Tech. There's a Utah Tech?
Yeah, they changed their name from Dixie State.
I never heard of that either.
Yeah, it's
because of Dixie, the whole word Dixie.
St. George.
Okay.
It's actually Southern Utah's rival.
And his name is Tennessee Rainwater.
Yep.
That sounds like a Chris Stapleton song.
It does. It really does.
Tennessee rainwater fall on me. Oh, that Tennessee rainwater is good for me. Write it down right now. That is a hit song. Get Chris Stapleton on the phone. Copy it. Bob, you're a country DJ. Get that song to Chris Stapleton. Tennessee Rainwater. That's a great name. He looks like, who does he look like? He looks like someone there. I don't know. All right, next one. Alex, would you like to read this one? No? Oh, my God. I was just going to give Alex one to keep her involved. I didn't look at this guy's name.
That's a crazy coincidence.
I did not look at this list beforehand. I was looking at Alex. She's the co-host. I was like, Alex.
I saw her.
I saw her shake her head no. God, just put it up. I didn't know this was the next one. Is it Clemson? Assistant coach? Richard Bender. Also known as Dick Bender. I was going to say, hey, do you want to take Tennessee Rainwater to Alex? And then I'm like, well, I'll give her the next one. So I turned before I saw it pop. I apologize. All right, Alex, would you like to take the next one?
Yeah, I'm good. You're doing a great job.
All right, you give me this one? All right, best names in college basketball. The list continues. He's playing for Miami. This is a good school, right?
Yep.
Wooga Poplar. Wooga?
Wooga.
Ooga, 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 shaga, ooga. I can't fight this feeling. Maybe his parents were a big fan of that song by Blue Suede, I believe. I had the 45. 45 was a little record, put a needle on it.
Miami plays Florida State tonight.
They play Florida State.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
know what?
Given 6.5.
But how much? What's the over/under on Wooga's points? Give me the over on Wooga. He should have went to Georgia because the dog name there is Ooga. So it could have been like Wooga and Ooga. Wooga meet Ooga. Ooga meet Wooga. Jerry, we're cutting the clip together for you now. Jerry, just start editing now for the comedy cut from this episode. These are good. How many more do we have? A couple more?
I think we have two more.
Two more. Oakland guard, Oakland Rocket Watts. That, to me, is the best athlete name so far. Rocket Watts, that's a good name. If you could have a sport, if you could make up your own name, Ryan McCormick, good name, what would it be? What would give me your sports power name?
Yep.
What's yours? You have one. You're thinking.
Dunk Masterson. Because I'm just dunk. I'm the dunk master. Dunk Masterson. Thought of that like that. I didn't pre-think that. I don't know.
You have any more?
No. Damn it, one's good enough. Dick Bender. Probably Dick Bender. The second. Dick Bender the second. Dick Bender Jr. Doesn't sound as good. Breaking news. Okay, I don't know. The Pittsburgh police just popped up some sort of some sort of alert. All right, best names of college basketball. Wagner. Okay, I've actually done a show at Wagner. I think it's in Indiana, right? It doesn't matter. Churchill Bounds. That is a great name. Why does that picture look like he played in 1975, by the way?
It was his
throwback
transfer announcement.
Churchill Bounds.
I like that one.
I like that name, too. His parents were probably English ancestry after Winston Churchill, possibly.
Or just big horse fans.
They're big horse racing gamblers. And they're like, if we win that was a prayer they did at the Derby. Like, I'll tell you what, if we hit this race, we're naming our son Churchill. And by the way, I don't know why I did a Southern accent for that. And I did it very primitive. Oh, I got the vapors. And they used to do that in the old movies, right? I got the vapors.
And it's National Classy Day. So
it's National Classy Day.
You nailed it.
That's why I mentioned Dick Bender on the show. All right, Churchill Bounds. Those are all good names. Okay, so let's go back to that was a good segment. It's a fun segment. Swear to God, I couldn't have planned that. I didn't do that. I didn't look at the list. Ryan put it together. I turned.
Just happened to be in that
just
order.
saw Alex's face go like this. Nope. I'm like, I was kind of like, for a second in my head, I'm like,
oh, okay.
No, Alex doesn't want to play along with our little fun bit. And then I turned. By the way, the expression on my face is probably what's good. I probably turned and went, oh, now I know it. Okay.
And all of them.
Yeah, I heard Big Les. I'm like, what happened? Oh, God. Okay, let's get him on the show. All right, so we want to talk some football before we, in our last little chunk of show here. The other games we want to talk about. What are the other games?
Yeah, let's
San Francisco, Green Bay.
I thought it'd be fun if we just kind of throw out a couple players that you'd be interested in first touchdown scorer.
Yeah, first touchdown is a big bet.
Which is very hard.
It is a very hard bet. Laporta is playing. His knee's better. I didn't think he was going to play for Detroit because I hit on him earlier this year on a first touchdown. That was one of the few first touchdowns I've done all year, and he got it. That kid's been a stud.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't even know if he was going to play, right? He's got knee issues, and he came in. That's why they traded T.J. Hawkinson, I guess. Anyway, so who are some of the first touchdowns you're looking at?
So, well, I want to kind of talk it through with you guys.
Let's talk it through. Go for it.
Texans, Ravens. That's an interesting one. You kind of, I don't know, want to see which side you want to take. You were thinking more Texans. They want to get down and.
It seems like, I mean, C.J. Stroud loves Nico Collins. He really does. And that kid's been on fire. He's been as good as anybody the last couple of weeks. But you know what? In a game like that, Baltimore, who gets the toss, right? Who defers? For the Ravens, who would you think?
So Gus Edwards is a slight favorite. He's 5-1, but I think that would probably be the best bet.
And by the way, the first touchdown bets, the money's always great because it's such a hard bet to hit.
Yes. Definitely.
What do you think, Ryan, in that game?
I don't know. I think even if the Texans get the ball first, I think that Ravens defense has had now 3 weeks.
Been resting.
I mean, yeah, they didn't play week 18, and then they had the bye week, and now this whole week. So I think they can at least hold them to a field goal if it's not that big chunk play that Nico Collins scored in against the Colts.
Okay.
So I would.
You think a Ravens side?
I would lean Ravens side, and I do think it would be more fun to get Mark Andrews back in it just like that. Or, I mean, Lamar just scrambles and does something himself.
Is there a line on Mark? Oh, go ahead.
That's a good one. Lamar Jackson's plus 550, so a little bit better. But the Texans have allowed the fewest passing touchdowns at 17.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very good defenses.
Well, that's a reason to take Lamar Jackson scrambling and going in, or a 1-yard plunge.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that. I like Lamar Jackson a lot as a bet. Anyone out there, if you have a take on who you think the first touchdown of that game is, hit it in the live comments. Yeah, I like that one.
And then I think this next one Green Bay and San Francisco is really interesting because we saw what the Packers just did, right, when they actually won the coin toss.
Yeah.
So will they do that again and try and go down and score right away on the Niners?
I think they have to. I mean, if they win the toss, they take the ball, right? You don't want to get stuck.
Yeah.
And who scores? I mean, Aaron Jones played out of his mind. He had, what,
Yes.
3?
Yep.
3 tutties, as
Yep.
you kids call them?
Yep.
Would that be, what are the odds on him?
Oh, I have to look it up. Actually,
Okay, I'm sorry.
no, he's plus 650. I did right. I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Well, I mean,
right?
it's the easier, yeah, because you're like, well, Frank's an idiot. He always takes the easiest way out. Yeah, plus
No, it's
650.
because he did. I mean, it's recent.
And what about McCaffrey? What's McCaffrey? He's got to
He-
be the shortest.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. Plus 260.
Oh my good, that's really low for a first touchdown.
Yeah, that's usually like an anytime touchdown. Right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Wow, McCaffrey. What are you thinking, Ryan?
First thought for me for the Niners side is Brandon Ayuk,
Nice.
and then the first side on the team that sucks side.
He really refuses
Is-
to. They're like Dumbledore to you, or is that the name you can't say?
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Whatever. I'm an adult.
Dontavian
Sorry.
Dontavian Wicks isn't hurt, right? He's still playing.
I think so.
I think he scored last week. I think that's who I would look at, even though Christian Watson is back.
Yeah, Debo. It's his birthday week. Maybe for his birthday, he might
That's
want
true. That's what Sean
Yeah.
said. He said, "Look at birthdays."
look
That's
at birthdays. They always tell the, hey, coach, it's my birthday. Give me the ball. But McCaffrey plus 260. I mean, you can't go wrong with that bet. If you lose that bet, you're like, he should have got it.
Yeah. What's your take on this game? Because you were with me and you thought the Cowboys were
We
going
did.
to win.
I
So
did.
do you think this Packers team?
I think it's the Niners. Again, it's chalk. I know. I'm big on the favorites. Can Green Bay do that 2 weeks in a row? I can see them maybe competing a little in the first half, but I think the Niners are going to wear them down. Shanahan with that run game, and they can just kind of wear them down, all the little short passes. I just think the Niners, I mean, the line's 9.5. I think the Niners will win, but I also think they're going to cover that game. I think the Packers, last week was their game, right? I think they're a year or two away if they're going to go on a playoff run. But Jordan Love's been super impressive, and I know this kills you as a Bears fan, but he's looked good. He's looked really good.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to say
That's
about it.
it. That's
Well,
it.
I gave him a flower on yesterday's Sports by the Book. So
Oh, flowers. Yeah, that's a big thing, right?
giving people
Give
their
him
flowers.
their
I gave
flowers.
him a single
Yeah, he is him.
dandelion.
One.
Yeah.
I'm learning all the lingo. Alex, what do you like in that game? First touchdown.
Oh, first touchdown?
Yeah. Or no, sorry. Way to do that. Who do you like? Green Bay or San Fran?
No, I think I'm with you. I'm a little hesitant because I don't know. I don't think the Packers are that for real and
Yeah.
clear, but I don't want to make the same mistake and undervalue them like I did last week against the Cowboys. I also kind of think that was more on the Cowboys
Yeah.
falling apart and under pressure. So I do like San Francisco, especially with their extra time off and extra time to prepare. And their defense is just so good with Bosa and Chase Young on opposite sides there. So
Okay.
between that and then their offense with so many weapons, I think the Niners.
By the way, the NFL should do something really funny. They should fly that reporter from Tampa to ask Green Bay. So it's going to be around 70 degrees. Are you doing anything to prepare your team for that kind of weather?
That is like my biggest fear right there, that video.
No, just that moment where you're like, oh, everyone's looking at me. What did I do? Oh, God. Yeah. Hey, it is going to be cold in Detroit. Maybe that's.
It's tough. I've had some stupid questions to coaches at halftime that weren't the best, but luckily my dad, he'll just tell me straight up that was not it.
Well, I mean,
That was dumb.
There's a difference
And I'm
between
like,
dumb
okay,
questions
how do we make it
and
better?
knowing where they're playing.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a pretty
they've played in a dome for 50 years.
Yeah.
you got to do your
And
Well,
Carissa
maybe
Thompson apparently said, I talked to Detroit Weather, and Detroit Weather said it'll be fine. Remember she lied? Okay, that joke fell flat, ladies and gentlemen. They can't all be dick benders. All right. And then what are the other two NFL games we got on the schedule, Ryan?
We've got, is it the AFC game is first?
Yeah.
Or the NFC?
We did the Texans.
No,
What's the other game?
AFC game is the
We got
night game.
Detroit and Tampa. Detroit and Tampa.
AFC's last.
Yeah,
We're ending
AFC
with that
game's
one.
game.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Detroit and Tampa.
at-
Oh, this one's hard too
Yeah.
because it's 6. Now it's 6.5. So money for the Lions. So I kind of don't you think the Lions got their pressure kind of off of them? They
Yeah.
won their playoff game, which you said on the
They
flip
overrea-
side, did
yeah.
they over
They did.
celebrate?
I mean, they were celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. But again, I understand you haven't won a playoff game in 30 years or whatever. Yes, there's pressure off you. But I'm rooting for the Lions to win the Super Bowl. I really am. I like that. I don't even usually root for NFC teams. Kind of stay loyal to the AFC. But they're a great story, and I think I think the Buccaneers played a really bad team with a lot of internal problems, and were just the coldest team coming into the playoffs. I think Mayfield probably has a different game, but Hutchinson and that D-line, he's going to scramble around, and I think he gets hurt a couple times. So I think the Lions cover that game. But what do I know? I don't know. I do like the Lions. First touchdown, though, I mean, it's hard not to take Amon-Ra St. Brown, who Goff loves underneath and even loves long. But then also Laporta, he's going to play. So I would take a Detroit team. But if you take Tampa Bay, Mike Evans, I mean, who does Baker really look to there? I don't know.
Well, Mike Evans, we talked about yesterday, has been cursed. Or on Monday.
We need a Mike Evans touchdown.
I think 2 weeks in a row, Alex or Sean took him, and then I was thinking about taking him on Monday.
Okay.
And then they kind of talked me off of it, and I took Godwin. But
he was wide open, and he missed that.
Yeah, dropped it. Went through his hands.
Yeah.
It's a safe pick, but I don't know. I feel like Detroit, if Tampa gets the ball first, they're stopped by adrenaline alone and that crowd noise, and Detroit gets the first touchdown. Yeah, that's a team bet you can make too. So
yeah,
Tampa's a better run defense than pass defense. So I like your St. Brown.
Throwing the ball. Yeah. Laporta. Yeah.
Or Laporta.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, the last game is Kansas City and Buffalo. That's the big game. That's going to be a great game to watch. We're all waiting to see Patrick Mahomes on the road in a playoff game finally. Give me Patrick Mahomes scrambling for a touchdown. Give me Mahomes maybe the first up. Do we have odds on that?
Not even Josh Allen? You want Mahomes first?
Yeah, why not? Because because all the pressure's off KC right now, right? They're actually the underdog. No, they're the former champs. You got to knock. Hey, you want to be champ, you got to beat the champs. I can see Mahomes getting more geeked up for this game. Maybe a helmet that won't crack in the cold this time. But I could see him scrambling and getting the first touchdown. Even on on a 1 or 2 yard play, little bootleg.
14-1.
14-1 Mahomes. I will do that.
I do think there has to be something said about what Josh Allen was talking about, and that they have been playing in this spot for the last 5 weeks. You know, this do or die.
Back to the wall. Yeah, they're ready.
I think they will be ready here. But I like Patrick Mahomes. I think that's a good piece of money bet there. Go for 14-1.
I'm gonna do it. Kenny Powers. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Kenny Powers' voice. Anything, Ryan?
I mean, in that game, I haven't really looked into it this season, but last season I looked into whether or not the Bills score first in their games, and they were, I think, 14-2, scoring first in their games. And so their Buffalo is its own domain. I don't know if you saw the new pit stuff going on with their new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently there's sacrifices that people jump into the pit of where their new stadium is.
Are you serious?
Ever since they lost to the Eagles 7 weeks ago.
Okay.
Someone has been jumping into the pit every game day and getting hospitalized, and they haven't lost. So,
oh my God, are they covered in ketchup and mustard like we showed on the show before when they spray it on that weird pregame routine?
I don't know about
breaking tables is a big thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I didn't see that one. That's
Give me a Buffalo Detroit. Give me a Buffalo Detroit Super Bowl. I'd be happy. One team's going to finally win their first Super Bowl. Two teams who have been forever associated with losing and not winning it. Go for that. That's what I like. Alex, you have 2 days off. Enjoy your days off.
Thank you.
She will be back on the weekend on Sports by the Book, and she'll be back here on Monday. Tomorrow on this program, I have a Lions fan and I have a Niners fan joining us via the video. Tom McClain, very funny comedian. Diehard Niners guy, has more Niners memorabilia. He's going to be great. And John Quinn, who went to the game last week, flew from L.A. to go to that first playoff game in Detroit. John Quinn's the executive producer of a bunch of game shows, worked with me 20 years ago, and I still work with him. Press Your Luck, does a bunch of stuff. So he's going to call in too. So we have two good ones. Tomorrow, Jeff Parles is not joining us tomorrow. He'll be here Friday. Friday, we have Kevin Belenkoff giving out some picks and Jeff Parles. So it's going to be a good weekend. And we're going to think about the bet. Maybe we think about it, and even if you're not here on Friday, we reveal what the bet is. We got to think about this. Any suggestions are great on the Penguins and Knights game. She's waving her Knights flag.
Knights, go.
Scarf. All right. I'd like to thank everybody, especially the Clemson assistant basketball coach. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure you share it. We'll see you next time on Punchlines live in Nevada every show.